Hi guys! Today we will be discussing Module 1, the ideas of the philosophes. Our goal at the end of this module is as follows. I hope that you guys might be able to identify influential Enlightenment thinkers. That means basically just tell me what thinkers were really important to the Enlightenment period. Describe the role of philosophy during the Enlightenment. How important was philosophy? And explain how new ideas contributed to change in society as a result of the Enlightenment. How did the Enlightenment lead to change? Keep in mind our focus question. Our focus question is, how do new ideas spark revolutions? Use this presentation to fill in your notes. You can play and replay the presentation as many times as you like. In fact, I advise that you do. To complete the module, please make sure that your notes are all completed and bring them to class the next day. If you have lost them, remember, you can find a copy on Google Classroom. Enlightenment. We're talking about the period of enlightenment, so what does it mean? Enlightenment generally means to give someone a greater knowledge and understanding about a subject. The Enlightenment period emphasized reason. This means that people began to make sense of things by using logic and facts instead of spirituality and religion. The Enlightenment was specifically influenced by two men, John Locke and Isaac Newton. Locke argued that everyone is born with a tabula rasa, a blank mind. He said that people were molded by their experiences in a natural world, so this means that a better environment would create a better society. Newton liked the idea of natural laws. He said the world was a machine operating on natural laws. According to Newton, as long as we allow natural laws to govern society, we can achieve an ideal society. See anything in common here? The philosophes, or philosophers, believe that the role of philosophy is to change the world, and that's what Locke and Newton had in common. How can we make society better? Montesquieu is famous for pioneering a political organization we still follow today. He pioneered the idea of separation of powers. According to Montesquieu, England's government should have three powers: executive, legislative, and judicial powers, just like the US. Each power controls the other power through a system of checks and balances. For example, we talked about the fact that a president cannot declare war. He needs Congress to do that. Remember our focus question? How do new ideas lead to revolutions? Voltaire is a perfect example of this. In fact, he was well known for his criticism of Christianity. He frequently challenged the actions of the church and favored religious toleration. This means he thought people should be more open and accepting of other religions. He championed deism. Voltaire believed that the universe is like a clock. God is the clockmaker who sets the clock and allows it to run without interference. In other words, God created the world and then let it be, according to its own natural laws. Even though Denis Diderot's father wanted him to pursue a career in church or law, Diderot became a writer instead. His most famous contribution to the Enlightenment were the encyclopedias. It was a 28-volume collection of knowledge. So before the internet, like when I was growing up, this is how people would do research. The purpose of Diderot's encyclopedia was to change the general way of thinking. Let's review what we discussed so far. During the Enlightenment, people began to question the world and use reason. John Locke and Isaac Newton changed the way of thinking by applying reason to how we are shaped via our experiences and the way the world functions. Separation of powers, pioneered by Montesquieu, is still something we use today. Development in new religions, such as deism, put people in conflict with the church. And finally, the encyclopedia helped to educate and change thinking. This ends our first module. Yay! Our module was called Ideas of the Philosophes. Don't forget your notes. Remember, you can find them on Google Classroom. I'm excited to see what you guys thought, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Have a great day, guys.